I got a problem. I got a strange addiction. Somebody help me. I need an intervention. It ain't alcohol or weed. There's just one thing that I need. I got an addiction to fruit trees. Got an addiction to fruit trees. I take a persimmon to breathe. Hey, the next one I'm getting jujube. Got an addiction to fruit trees.
Peace, family. I am just getting home from work. It's raining out here. It's cool, but not too cold, so it's cool. Just wanted to stop by real quick to wish you all a very happy New Year. We are a few hours away from 2023, and I'm getting on here, of course, like I said, to wish you a happy New Year, but because I wanted to talk to you real quick about something else. Y'all know when I'm in my car doing videos, it's because I want to talk to you about something. I mentioned that I generally recognize New Year in spring, in March, because that's when things come back to life. It's almost like nature does a reset on itself after sleeping. But this is a new calendar year, and I know that with the new calendar year generally comes resolutions. I just want to talk about that real quick. We all have things that we want to improve on. We all have things that we want to accomplish, and that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. A lot of us are on health journeys. A lot of us struggle with things like weight and different medical conditions, maybe diabetes, high blood pressure, things like that. The things I've talked to you about that I struggle with and that I'm, working on. It's a journey, it's a battle. The first thing I want to say is when you make a resolution, just be careful with it. The thing is, we're so conditioned and programmed to make resolutions when the new year comes. And the intentions are good, but sometimes because of the fact that we make the resolution, for whatever reason, it's like when we fall off the horse, we tend to kind of stay there as opposed to getting back on the horse and really accomplishing that goal. The word resolution, it comes from the same root word as resolve. If you resolve to do something, that means that you've got it set in your mind and that's what you're going to do. When we have New Year's resolutions, for whatever reason, I guess because it's just been something that we've been programmed to do or to take part in since we were children, we don't really look at it for what it is. So it's like we kind of give up, and then it's like, well, what's the use of setting New Year's resolutions when, generally they don't get accomplished? Not just by yourself individually, but as a whole. In most cases, we just don't accomplish these New Year's resolutions. We don't look at it like a resolution. We kind of give up, and then we get disappointed because, well, I said I was going to do it and I didn't, so I give up. If you set a New Year's resolution, just remember that the word resolve is of the same root word. Just resolve to do it. You know what I mean? Regardless of, what happens or what it is. Don't wallow in your disappointment. Don't just give up because, you did it for 2 weeks and now you're into 2023 and you just, well, F it. I'm going to just do whatever I was doing before. If you plan to set a resolution, just resolve to accomplish it, is what I'm trying to say. The other thing that I want to say that I feel is important, and I want y'all to roll with me, just really think about what I'm saying. This is mainly to women, to all of our sisters out there, all of the women out there. I want you to just do yourselves a favor, right? Again, we're dealing with health. We're dealing with, in a lot of cases, weight loss and stuff like that. I understand society, and I know that society makes you feel a certain way about yourself if you don't look a certain way. But I want to tell you to not make a goal for your weight loss to be to get down to your high school size, or to get down to the size that you were in college, or, even the size that you were at 25 years old. Please, let's stop making that a goal. I mean, because it's masochistic. It's abusive to yourself. And the reason that I say that is because I'm not saying that, like, if you were like 140 in high school or whatever, you can't get down to 140. A lot of times women, because of what you go through image-wise, you tend to beat up on yourself if you don't look a certain way. It's made fashionable. Like, society has really thrown the value and the beauty in aging. They've thrown it in the trash to where you almost feel irrelevant as you get older, especially for a woman. Men, not so much. You may not be able to pull the hot chick that you were able to pull in your 20s. You still can do okay as a man. But as a woman, you're made to think that if you get older and your body changes, especially after you have children, or your hair gets a little gray or gets gray, you get some wrinkles or whatever, you have a little stomach, it tends to make you feel like it invalidates you as a woman. It makes you feel like you have no value because you don't look the way you did when you were young. I've heard so many women say, when I was in high school, I was this size. Or when I was in college, I can fit into these jeans. Or when I was in my 20s, when I had one child and I was able to wear this and I weighed this, but then I had more children, and my goal is to get down to that size. Stop doing that, please. The reason that I say that is because, it's unhealthy. It's abusive. Your body changes. I've read in different places that, like, especially for women, the body changes every 7 years or so, right? You look at just natural changes, the natural process of your body becoming different than what it was when you were young. Also, you factor in you having children. That changes your body as well. You factor in just the natural process of aging, which is a beautiful process, man. Some of the most beautiful women that I've ever seen were older. You know what I mean? But because there's no value in that society-wise, women start abusing themselves. We have to place value in aging. We have to, if nobody else appreciates getting older, why don't we make it a resolution that we will resolve to appreciate the aging process, and we'll stop abusing ourselves by trying to get down into an unhealthy weight. Even at 25 years old, you still are a child in a sense, right? You're an adult by age. But physically, because you have so much more development to do, even at 25, you're still kind of a child. I know that we treat 25-year-olds as though they're adults, and you are. But you still have a lot of developing that you have to go through physically. So it's unrealistic and it's unhealthy to always think that I'm going to look the way I did when I was 18 or when I was 21 or when I was 25, and you're 47 years old, or you're even 38 years old. The body just goes through natural changes. There's nothing wrong with that. That's a beautiful thing. Please, 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 please stop buying into the BS and abusing yourselves, because you go through physical abuse after you go through the mental and emotional abuse. You understand what I'm saying? You abuse yourself mentally, you abuse yourself emotionally, and then you start abusing yourself physically because you don't feel like you're able to get down to the size that is socially accepted as being beautiful. You are beautiful. I'm telling you, VA is telling you that you are beautiful. And please stop doing that. You know what I mean? Like when your husbands or when your man says, honey, you are beautiful the way that you are. You're beautiful, the way that you look now. Take it as the truth. We're not going to lie to you. If you're at a weight that you feel uncomfortable with, do what you can to get healthy. and then the weight will come off. Just stay consistent in your health journey and the weight will come off. But to make a goal your high school size or your college size, or to hold on to a pair of jeans that you wore when you were 22 and you're in your 30s or 40s or 50s and you're like, I ain't gonna rest until I can get back into those jeans, and you don't never get back into those jeans. It's not because it's not because you're a failure. It's because the goal was unrealistic. It's because the goal was I'll say it was unreasonable, not unrealistic. It's unreasonable. Love yourself. We love you. Love your body. Love the body that you're in. Honeybee made a great point a few years ago when she was looking at herself. She said that she's starting to learn, at that time, she was starting to learn to love her body because her body took her through so much. So many things that she had gone through in life, her body helped her travel through it. You know what I mean? Love your body. Love who you are. Let's set some reasonable, healthy expectations. And I pray that you all have a safe and wonderful, happy new year. Love you and your families. Blessings to you all. Peace.